The 2025 MTV Video Music Awards red carpet was full of eye-catching looks. Access Hollywood is highlighting the top outfits of the night.
Who are you most excited to see tonight, besides Mariah?
Doja, she looks amazing.
Wrong answer, it's Nick. All right.
Okay, can we just take a moment to appreciate that Nic and Olandria finally gave us what we've been waiting for? The boyfriend-girlfriend confirmation we've all been manifesting since day one just happened, and honestly, it's about time. But of course, because we can't have nice things, certain people are out here trying to rain on their parade with some seriously questionable timing. Because apparently, when you're watching supposed friends thrive and find genuine happiness, the natural response is to run to podcasts with alleged private conversations to try and tear them down. The desperation is honestly embarrassing, but what it really proves is just how threatened some people are by Nicolandria's success. Trust me, what I'm about to break down will show you exactly why this couple has everyone so pressed, and why their haters are working overtime to discredit what's clearly the real deal. But before we dive into this beautiful mess, if you could smash that like button and hit that shiny new hype button, it genuinely helps the channel grow and keeps us covering the couples we actually want to see win. Now, let's get into why Nicolandria is everything, shall we? Can we just start by saying how adorable this whole boyfriend reveal was?
My boyfriend's going to show you his favorite drink, and you better be nice.
This is agua de kefir, made from a water kefir. Has 4 delicious ingredients: postbiotics, minerals, electrolytes, and last but not least, love. Dragon Fresso.
Nic and Olandria gave us the content we deserved with that water kefir sponsorship. And honestly, the way Olandria said, "My boyfriend's gonna show you his favorite drink and you better be nice," was so naturally sweet and protective. Like, this is clearly a woman who's genuinely happy and wants to show off her man, and the organic way it slipped out during a brand partnership just proves how comfortable they are with each other. Real couples don't rehearse these moments. They just happen naturally when you're actually in love. The comment section absolutely lost their minds in the best way possible, with people celebrating and asking for wedding invitations. The genuine excitement from their fans shows just how invested people are in seeing them succeed, which honestly says everything about the connection they have. Some people tried to shade it for being in a sponsored post, but honestly, that makes it even more authentic. They're building their careers together, supporting each other's brand deals, and naturally integrating their relationship into their professional lives. That's what actual couples do. Nic's reaction during his live stream was honestly so endearing and genuine. When chat brought up Olandria calling him her boyfriend, you could see the real happiness on his face, mixed with a little bashfulness.
Oh. See, that is what you guys are talking about. Yeah, y'all try and get answers out of me. I spill too much.
He said with this little smile that just screamed, "I'm so happy," but trying not to be too obvious about it. The man is clearly head over heels and trying to maintain some mystery, which is actually really sweet. And can we talk about how he showed his mom the temporary face tattoo?
Do you love it?
Placement, no. Theme, good.
All right, theme is good, chat.
Theme is good.
The family integration is happening, people. His mom's reaction was pure comedy gold, but the fact that he's comfortable enough to be silly and vulnerable on camera shows how secure he is in himself and his relationship. Throughout that entire live stream, you could see someone who's genuinely content and excited about his future, including potentially moving to be closer to Olandria. That's not performance. That's a man in love, making real-life plans. Okay, but can we talk about how absolutely stunning they both looked at the VMAs? Olandria in that sheer red gown was pure perfection, and Nic in all black was giving serious leading man energy. Even walking separately, they both commanded attention and showed exactly why they're the couple everyone's obsessed with. The fact that they're confident enough to do their own individual promotional moments while still being a solid unit shows incredible maturity. They're supporting each other's careers while maintaining their own identities, which is honestly relationship goals. Nic was there presenting for CBS Sports, absolutely crushing it professionally, while Olandria was serving looks and proving why she's the it girl of Love Island. They're both thriving individually, which makes their partnership even stronger. The separate appearances actually made perfect sense from a business perspective. They're both building their individual brands while their relationship amplifies both of their platforms. That is strategic couple goals, not some conspiracy theory. But here's a moment that really melted everyone's hearts. While Olandria was having her solo red carpet moment serving absolute looks for the photographers, Nic was right there behind the scenes, being her biggest cheerleader. You could see him genuinely proud and supportive, watching her work that camera like the queen she is. He wasn't trying to steal her spotlight or make it about him. He was just there being her #1 fan. Haters can say whatever they want about their relationship, but watching a man genuinely celebrate his woman's success without needing to insert himself, that's authentic love right there, and you can't fake that kind of support. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Ace's absolutely unhinged interview, where he tried to tear down Nicolandria's relationship. The timing alone is suspicious as hell, coming right after the reunion special aired. Something must have happened during that shoot that didn't air, because the jealousy was practically radiating through the screen. When asked directly if he thought the relationship was real, this man went silent, smirked, and refused to answer like some cartoon villain.
Do you feel like Olandria and Nic's relationship is real? Is this you thinking, or is this your answer? I'm gonna assume that that's your answer.
The secondhand embarrassment is real, because imagine being so pressed about your friend's happiness that you can't even fake support. He claimed Nic told him there was no romantic spark, and they just find each other attractive, which honestly sounds like either a complete lie or a massive misinterpretation of a casual conversation. Real friends don't weaponize private chats, and the fact that he's doing podcast tours to discredit them says everything about his character. The man really said he has a lot of respect for Olandria, and then proceeded to publicly humiliate her relationship status. That's not respect. That's calculated sabotage disguised as concern. The response to Ace's bitter interview versus Nic and Olandria's boyfriend reveal has been absolutely beautiful to witness. Even Nic Vile, who's not exactly known for defending random reality TV couples, came out swinging, calling Ace petty and jealous, and saying Nic and Olandria deserve a chance to grow their relationship.
This reminds me of like being 18 when like, you know, you would have a girlfriend and your buddy would have a girlfriend, but you wanted to be the most in love couple. Yeah. It's giving kind of petty and jealous. Also, what isn't there like a less jealous way of answering that question? I mean, we've all had our doubts on their relationship, but like he's supposed to be your boy. And also like, aren't they giving each other a chance to like maybe grow into a relationship? I don't fault them for trying to see if there's something there.
When Bachelor Nation royalty is defending Love Island couples against their own castmates, you know the general consensus is clear. The fact that even typically skeptical audiences are rallying around Nicolandria shows how obviously genuine their connection is. One person perfectly summed it up. You know how wrong you gotta be for the Shade Room audience to side with a white man over you. The universal support for Nicolandria, across all demographics, proves that people can recognize authentic love when they see it. Media personality Blake Newby hit the nail on the head. This isn't about whether their relationship is real. It's about a supposed friend choosing to air private information to damage someone he claims to care about, right before they were about to level up. The timing and betrayal were obvious, and people weren't here for it. Speaking of messy behavior, can we talk about how Shelley tried to do some damage control with her spread love post after Ace's interview backfired spectacularly? The timing was so transparent, and people immediately saw through it. She tried to preach about positivity and not bringing others down, which would be sweet if her man wasn't literally out here doing exactly that to his supposed friends. The internet basically said, the call is coming from inside the house. And honestly, they weren't wrong. People started calling her out for staying silent while Ace was burning bridges and trying to tear down Olandria's happiness. If you're gonna preach about uplifting others, maybe start by checking your own circle first. The whole thing just showed how quickly people will turn on genuine love when it threatens their own relevance. It's giving desperate energy, and honestly, it's not a good look for either of them. During the Love Island reunion, Nic and Olandria were honest about keeping things unlabeled while exploring their connection. And honestly, that's the most mature approach possible. They acknowledged the pressure from fans while prioritizing their actual relationship over public expectations.
There's been like a lot of pressure and like up to this moment, I know people are expecting us to be like labeled by now. And I also see comments, it's like, she better come like pregnant and married to the reunion. And we're like, damn. I mean, we've always been believers in like taking our time with things and like not trying to let outside pressure dictate our relationship.
There's been a lot of pressure from Nicolandria shippers, and the support has been insane, they admitted. But instead of rushing into labels just to satisfy others, they were taking their time to build something real. That's not uncertainty. The fact that they naturally progressed to boyfriend-girlfriend in that sponsored post shows their relationship evolved organically. They weren't performing for cameras during the reunion. They were being honest about where they stood at that moment in time. Real relationships don't follow reality TV timelines, and the fact that they were mature enough to resist pressure and follow their own pace proves how genuine their connection is. What's really disturbing about Ace's approach is using alleged private conversations as weapons against people he claims to care about. Even if Nic did express some uncertainty at some point, which honestly sounds made up, real friends don't weaponize vulnerable moments. Relationships are complex, feelings evolve, and people process emotions differently. The idea that one conversation defines an entire relationship is ridiculous, especially when we can literally see how happy and connected Nic and Olandria are publicly. Real friends celebrate your happiness. They don't try to tear it down on podcasts. And honestly, the fact that he's this pressed about their success just proves how threatened he is by their genuine connection. Happy people don't spend their time trying to destroy other people's relationships. Can we just acknowledge how uncomfortable Ace must have made the VMAs for everyone? Here you have Nic and Olandria thriving, looking incredible, and getting their money, while he's skulking around solo after publicly trashing their relationship. The optics were not looking too good for him, showing up alone after questioning everyone else's relationships while his own situation with Shelley is mysteriously absent from the conversation. The projection is real. Meanwhile, Nic and Olandria handled the whole situation with grace, focusing on their careers and their happiness instead of engaging with the drama. That's what secure, happy couples do. They don't let bitter people steal their joy. The fact that they could be in the same space and still radiate happiness while he looked pressed just proves who's winning in this situation. And can we just take a moment to appreciate the fashion contrast at the VMAs? While Nic and Olandria came dressed like they understood this was a major awards show, Ace showed up looking like he was heading to grab dinner at a casual spot. The man really thought VMA's red carpet was the same energy as running errands. And honestly, the lack of effort was telling. When you're at an event with actual A-listers and you look like you couldn't be bothered to check the dress code, it says everything about how seriously you're taking your career versus your drama. Meanwhile, Nicolandria looked like they belonged there, because they do. At the end of the day, what we're witnessing with Nic and Olandria is a genuine love story that's threatening to people who can't handle seeing others succeed. Their natural progression from friendship to romance, their support for each other's careers, and their ability to navigate public pressure with grace proves they're the real deal. The sponsored boyfriend reveal was sweet and natural. Their individual VMAs appearances showed mutual support and professional growth, and their response to the hate has been mature and classy. That's what genuine couples do. They focus on building their life together instead of tearing others down. The fact that they have this much support from fans, industry professionals, and random internet strangers proves that people recognize authentic love when they see it. The haters are loud, but the love is louder. What we're seeing is a beautiful couple navigating fame, building careers, and creating a genuine partnership while bitter people try to tear them down. But love always wins, and Nicolandria is proof of that. What do you think about this whole situation? Are you as obsessed with Nicolandria as the rest of us? Or are you buying into the bitter ex-friend narrative? Let me know in the comments, because honestly, seeing them thrive despite the hate is giving me life. Remember to hit that like button if you're Team Nicolandria forever, and don't forget about that hype button. Every tap helps us keep celebrating the couples we actually want to see win. Spilling the tea, one drop at a time.